The Backway. The Backway starts at the junction of Webster County Route 3, the Replete Road, and West Virginia State Route 20, traversing sections of Webster County 3/8, 10/2, 8, 1/1, 4, and 1, and finally connecting with West Virginia State Route 20 about a mile south of Cleveland for a total distance, including spurs, of around 32 miles.
Between Hacker Valley and Pew is the crafter Garland Hall. A sign to the left of the road identifies his craft shop. Garland, a relative newcomer to woodworking, makes birdhouses and feeders and other hardwood products. Just beyond Hall's craft shop is Camp Driftwood, a 2-bedroom cabin with electric heat, air conditioning, bathroom, and all conveniences. The cabin is owned by Sonny Arbogast and may be rented on a daily or weekly basis.
About 1/2 mile beyond the Arbogast cabin is the site of the former Pew Post Office and the Wesley Anderson store and grist mill. Anderson's home and store buildings are still standing and in good repair. Altacoga currently owns the buildings. An Anderson store invoice dated March 21, 1906 substantiates the fact that the country store carried all sorts of merchandise. It lists the cost of one coffin and material for burial purposes of a small child at $6.45. The father of the child could not pay the invoice until the following fall after he harvested his crops.
A few hundred feet from the Anderson home, we turn left onto the spur to Carpenter's Pottery. This is County Route 3/8, the Calgary Hill Road. The road is quite steep, so be prepared for a thrill. A 2-wheel drive vehicle can negotiate the hill in fair weather. The road is paved. Lloyd Carpenter is kept busy filling orders for the Tamarack Craft Center in Beckley. Should you happen by his shop, though, when his inventory is full, you'll be delighted with your purchases. His wife Loretta makes quilts and other beautiful fabric crafts.
A short distance below Lloyd Carpenter's place is Olin Carpenter, an accomplished woodcrafter. About a mile beyond the Olin Carpenter place is Dale Spicer's Long Run Apple Orchard. Tourists who doubt that an orchard can be successful in this area are in for a surprise. In addition to his well-kept orchard, a look at the outbuildings and other decorative products Mr. Spicer has constructed from the orchard attests to his creativity and skill and is well worth the visit. From Spicer's orchard, we return to Pew and County Route 3.
The drive from Pew to Wheeler, a distance of 2.5 miles, passes by Roseanne Calger's basketry. Roseanne's basket studio is located in her home. Crossing the old-time swinging bridge to reach her studio is an enjoyable experience. Her products may be found at Tamarack and other more discriminating shops. Located nearby are Kevin and Cindy Miller, who make soap, lip balm, and lotions.
After leaving the Calgers and Millers, we arrive at the Wheeler Overlook that provides a panoramic view of the village of Wheeler. In the early 1900s, Wheeler was the hub of the community, containing a store, post office, grist mill, jewelry repair, and photograph shop. The store, now known as Lowther Store, was established around 1900. It is believed to be the longest continuously operated store in Webster and perhaps surrounding counties. It was listed in the National Register Information System on April 7, 1997.
Just across the road from the store building stands a large beech tree. If you look closely, you will see a chain still attached to the tree, which in years long gone served as a hitching place for horses. The growth of the tree has shortened the chain considerably.
From Wheeler, it's a little less than a mile to the Mount Zion Church. Keep a lookout just beyond Wheeler for a picturesque and pristine waterfall on the right. The church sits on a point formerly known as Moats Point. The church was first established in 1893. In 1932, the original church was destroyed by a mini tornado. The present church was built in 1934.
From the Mount Zion Church, we proceed to the Hanging Rocks, a distance of 2.1 miles. About 1/4 mile beyond the church, we pass by the site of the Beulah one-room school that existed from around 1900 till 1940. The site is now occupied by the home of Lewis Hubbard. Just after negotiating a sharp horseshoe bend to our left, we can see the second Beulah one-room school off to our left. This school was a bit more progressive than the usual one-room school in that it contained a small cloakroom and a library to the side of the main classroom. Later, the library was converted into a kitchen for a hot lunch program. This school served the community from 1940 through 1966.
We then pass another horseshoe bend that adds to the enjoyment of the drive. Just before the Hanging Rocks is Dempsey Carpenter's pottery, situated on the right. Dempsey, like his brother Lloyd, is kept busy filling orders for Tamarack, the West Virginia state craft outlet in Backway. Dempsey's wife, Wilma, and her mother, Sylvia Calger, who lives nearby, make attractive rugs and other fabric crafts.
Within sight of Dempsey's pottery is the interesting rock formation referred to locally as the Hanging Rocks. The cliff extends out over and along the Replete Road for 100 feet or more. Years ago, pedestrians and horseback riders sheltered under the rocks in inclement weather. The uniqueness and beauty of the rock has provided the site of an occasional wedding.
During the New Deal days, when the Replete Road was receiving a stone base by the Works Progress Administration, the work crew was in the progress of drilling the rocks for blasting and removal. A far-sighted supervisor stopped the drilling, thus preserving a natural attraction for our enjoyment.
In the early 1900s, the location was known as Poling, taking its name from Reverend H. Poling, a popular Methodist minister who was serving the churches of the area. A post office by the same name served the community from 1912 to 1918. A store and Methodist church were located there. When the church was closed, it was moved up the hill to Chestnut Grove and was situated across the road from the current Chestnut Grove church building. It served the community from the early 1930s until 1950, when the existing church was constructed.
We take Webster County Route 8, a gravel road spur from the Hanging Rocks to the Mollahan Mill, a distance of 3 miles. The road follows the left fork of Holly River, where anglers can frequently be seen attempting to land a bass or trout.